Well, what's new in AI today? Let me start here. Every government in history has had the same problem. The people who handle the money eventually steal some of it. Well, Albania just sold this with code. They did not arrest anyone, they did not pass new laws, they just replaced humans with software. And it's working. Well, including more about that, I'm about to show you five AI systems that are doing something profound, which is they're replacing human judgment in places we thought only humans could operate. And once you see the pattern, you cannot unsee it. So here's the mental model to think through, which is AI is not replacing human labor anymore, it's replacing human judgment. And we used to build machines to replace our muscles. Now we are building machines to replace our decision making. Right? Not in everything, just in places where humans consistently fail. So here's the insight nobody's talking about. The AI is not better because it's smarter, it's better because it does not have weaknesses we can't get rid of. So let me show you what I exactly mean. Let us start with the first story. Okay, picture this. You are running a country. Every year, billions of dollars flow through government contracts and about building roads, about buying medical equipment, whatever. And here's the game everyone plays, right? The minister's cousin starts a construction company. And suddenly that company wins every contract. The roads cost twice what they should. And half the money just disappears. And every solution humans tried have had the same flaw, which is it required humans to police humans. And it's like asking someone to watch themselves in the mirror. So Albania did something different. They built an AI. It's called Diella. They built Diella. Think of Diella as a hyper intelligent Excel spreadsheet that cannot be threatened, that cannot be bribed, none of that. And again, this is fascinating on a deeper level. Diella does not speak. Diella, the AI, does not have ambitions. Diella does not have a family to feed. Diella has one function: analyze government contracts for patterns of corruption. And so again, here's how it actually works. Imagine every government contract is like a fingerprint. Diella has learned what clean fingerprints look like versus the dirty ones. And when your cousin's fake company bids, she sees patterns you thought you hid. And the price is 20% too high compared to similar projects, well, probably a red flag. And if the timeline does not make sense, Diella knows it's a red flag. And if the company that's bidding for this government contract was created 2 weeks ago, well, Diella knows that's a red flag and more. And so the leverage here is infinite. One AI can review every single contract in the country forever for the cost of for the cost of electricity. It's not free, but it's manageable. And you cannot scale trust, but you can scale code. And here's how Diella actually started. Diella started as a chatbot, like a customer service bot. They just kept feeding Diella with more responsibility, with more data, until someone said, wait, why don't we just make Diella the minister? And they did. It's the first AI minister in the world. So think about your job. What parts of your job are just pattern matching? Because that's what Diella is. pattern matching at a superhuman scale. Something that AI can easily do these days. That's one. Story number two. Your body is constantly giving signals about what's breaking down in your body. You cannot just read these signals, but they are there. And imagine your body is like a car. Right now, we wait until the engine explodes to fix the engine. But what if you could hear every tiny sound, feel every small vibration, and know 15 years in advance that your transmission, that a part of your body, is starting to fail? That's Delphi 2M, an AI, a model where scientists fed it the complete health records of 400,000 people. It's like showing it 400,000 cars from when they were brand new to when they became completely broken and everything that happened in between. Let me give a simpler example. Your body leaves breadcrumbs. Well, not literally, but your body leaves hints. And let's say your cholesterol moves from 200 to 201, it's not enough to matter. That's what we think, right? Your blood pressure goes from 120 to 125, nothing. Your sleep changes by 14 minutes, who cares? But this AI, Delphi, sees all of these breadcrumbs at once. And having seen breadcrumbs, let me stop with that analogy. Having seen body signals or hints of 400,000 people in their whole lives, Delphi knows all the combinations and all these tiny changes and what they mean after 12 years. Hey, if A, B, and C happens, even though they could be as tiny as increase in blood pressure by 7 points, but if that happens with something else at this age for this gender, that means diabetes in 12 years, for example. So what's philosophically beautiful here is that the information was always there in your blood test, in your heart rate, in your sleep patterns. We just could not see these patterns through the noise. But this AI, with a crazy accuracy of 76%, can predict all of these things decades before. This changes the entire healthcare equation. Instead of paying $100,000 to treat diabetes, you pay $100 to prevent it. The economics are obvious. So, well, imagine getting an alert on your mobile phone that, hey, based on your current trajectory, you have 70. Well, I should not have said my name. Hey, someone, based on your current trajectory, you have a 73% chance of a heart attack at age of 58. And here are 3 things to change now. And once you change all of these things, it keeps tracking and gives you the effectiveness of the change. Would you want to know that? Of course. So that's story number 2, the third one from today. And this one sounds stupid until you realize you all die without it. Bees. They say 1/3 of your food exists because a bee touched it. Apple, because of bee. Almond, bee. Coffee, bee. No bees is equal to no food, and we are dead in, I don't know, 10 years or maybe lesser. That's what people say. Right? So bees are important in the life cycle of human beings indirectly. And bees are dying everywhere though. Bees are disappearing. So here's what beekeepers did. They turned beehives into smart homes. With temperature sensor, with humidity sensors, with microphones, with scales. It's like giving each of this beehive a Fitbit. Again, same thing. The data was always there. The data is always there in the pitch of their buzzing, in the weight changes of the beehive, in the CO2 levels in the beehive. We just could not process this data fast enough to matter. But AI, this AI learned that, for example, when bees pass at 24 some hertz instead of some other amount of hertz, maybe the queen is sick. Right? When the beehive gains 0.3 pounds at night, instead of losing weight, well, the bees are about to swarm away. Something like that. Right? So they created a system that has increased honey production while cutting the energy used by 50%. The bees, I don't see it, but I can tell you by reading this case study that the bees are literally happier because now there's an AI that manages their environment. And we are essentially building a translator between species. And the bees have always been communicating. We just could not understand them until now. That was story number 3. The fourth one, a snake bite. A snake bite is basically chemistry attacking your body. Yeah? The venom is just a molecule shaped to destroy your molecules. For 100 years, maybe more, probably more. Here's how we have made anti-venom. How do we make anti-venom? Well, we inject a horse with snake poison. We wait for a horse to not die. We take the horse blood and inject it into humans and then hope it works. So that's like building airplanes by studying birds. It works, but it's inefficient. So scientists asked AI to do something insane. They said, hey, AI, here's what snake venom looks like at the molecular level. Can you design a new molecule that cancels it out? And so imagine the venom is like a very specific key that opens locks in your body that should stay closed. Now, the AI has designed a blob of metal, for example, and for you to visualize. So this AI has designed a blob of metal that covers all of these locks perfectly so that the venom cannot open it and cannot destroy your body. This AI designed proteins have worked in 80 to 100% of the tests. This AI generated anti-venom is smaller, more stable, cheaper to make, and there's no horses required. So we are heading toward a world where you could carry anti-venom, probably, I don't know, in your wallet. And people will start injecting anti-venom themselves. Right? Hey, snake bite, okay, inject yourself. Survive. Go to the hospital. That's it. Well, you need to go to the hospital? I think so. It would be a safer idea to still get yourself checked. But, well, you will have your solution with you. And this probably is the first time in human history we have designed a molecule from scratch to solve a specific problem. We did not discover it. We did not extract it. We designed it. It's like writing code, but with atoms. That's the fourth one. And the fifth story from today. Your dentists know you are lying. You don't floss, do you? You brush for 37 seconds, not 3 minutes. You miss the same spots every day. But who's here to save you? AI toothbrushes are basically here. They are here. AI toothbrushes are here, and they are like a coach in your bathroom. Right? It will map out your mouth. It's probably like it's something like a Google map, right? And then it would know that, hey, deep brushes front teeth for 40 seconds. Or deep brushes molars for only 3 seconds. Hey, Deep pushes too hard on Tuesday mornings because probably Deep is stressed, right? Or Deep consistently misses the back of his lower left teeth, whatever. So there's an AI toothbrush which would know all of this about you. And of course, you know that bad brushing compounds. If you miss the same spot for 10 years, gum disease. If you don't know, gum disease correlates with heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, a lot of stuff. So AI toothbrush is like having a personal trainer who's watching you form at the gym, except it's for your mouth and it never gets tired of correcting you. There's the fifth one, AI toothbrush. Amazing, amazing. To conclude, here's the pattern I see here. Every one of these AI is doing the same thing. I see that. All of these AI, they're totally different, are doing the same thing. What is it? They're taking invisible information and making it visible, making it count. Corruption was always there, but it was hidden in the data. Disease signals were always there, they were scattered in your body. Bee problems were always there, but they were in frequencies we could not hear. The anti-venom solution was always there, but in molecular possibility space. Your brushing mistakes were always there, but in patterns you could not track. So we're not creating intelligence. We are creating perception. We are creating the ability to see what was always there, but was hidden in complexity. And every industry like this has invisible information. But the companies that make it visible with AI will win the next decade, period. Ask yourself, hey, what patterns do I see in my life or work which are invisible to most of us, but would become obvious after tracked and measured and analyzed? That's where AI changes the game. Right? We keep trying to make AI more human, but the real power maybe is in making it less human. Because if it's less human, it has no ego, it has no fatigue, it has no corruption, it has no blind spots. Albania did not make Diella to be smart, they made her to be incorruptible. The intelligence was just a bonus. And so we're living through the moment where humanity is learning to see itself clearly for the first time. And that is through the eyes of machines. So the question is not whether AI will replace human judgment. It is which human judgment should be replaced. And honestly, it should be more than we're comfortable admitting. So there we have it. That is the updates for today. Subscribe to get more updates like these because there's going to be many. Thank you.